Welcome to Lesson 8-4. Use the mean. So today we're going to learn how to not just find the mean, but we're going to think about what the mean means, and then we're going to use it. So, in our first example, in Mrs. Moore's art class, the mean of 4 quizzes and the final test score determined the trimester grade. Amy's scores were 95, 99, 86, and 94. So before I start, I know the mean is another word for average. And then I'm going to take a look at my question. What is the sum of Amy's scores? I know the word sum just means to add. So to start out, all I have to do is add Amy's 4 scores. So I'm going to rewrite them. We have 95, 99, 86, and 94. She did pretty good. So first thing, when I add these numbers up, I'm going to look for groups of 10. Well, I know 6 plus 4 is 10, and I know 5 plus 9 is 14. So 14 plus 10 is 24. So I can put down my 4, carry my 2. Looking over here, I can't really make any groups of 10, but I do know that I can multiply 9 by 3 and get 27. I also see I have an 8 and a 2, which gives me my group of 10. Add those together, and I get 37. So I know the sum of Amy's scores is 374. Okay, so now I'm going to use what I know about the sum of Amy's scores and solve my next problem, which says, what must the sum of Amy's 5 scores be so her average will be 90 or more on all 4 quizzes and the test? So basically, now we're going to include the test in here and her 4 quizzes. I know that sum, well, that means to add. I know average is another word for mean. Well, based on what I know about the mean, if I want her average to be 90 or more, I would expect her to get a 90 or higher on all 4 quizzes and the test. So 1, 2, 3, 4 quizzes and a test. So I could sit here and add those up, or I could do a shortcut. I know this is 90 times 5. I know 5 times 9 is 45. Move my 0 over. So the sum of Amy's 5 scores, in order for her average to be 90 or higher, her sum would have to be 450. Okay, now I'm going to solve the final problem, which is where I'm putting everything together and using the mean. It says, what is the minimum score Amy must earn on the final test to have an average score of 90 for the trimester? Average is another word for mean. So I'm going to use what I know. If I go back to the beginning, I know these were Amy's scores on her 4 quizzes. I know that when we added them up, we got 374. So for her quizzes, the sum was 374. I also know that if she wants to get a 90 or more on all of her quizzes and the test, she would have to get a sum of 450. So on all of them, we know the sum has to be 450 or higher. So if Amy already has 374 on her 4 quizzes and she needs 450 points to get a 90, I'm just going to do a simple subtraction problem and subtract 450 minus 374. 0 minus 4 I cannot do. I have to borrow. 10 minus 4 is 6. 4 can't take away 7. 14 minus 7 is 7. Okay, so I know that for Amy to have an average score of 90, her final test, she would have to score 76 points or higher. So today, we learned how to use the mean. I'm on a boat. All right, that was the end of today's lesson.